Welcome to the Drama and Intro to Acting's end of summer little performance. Can you believe today's our last day?
No, it went by so quickly. We have been busy with many activities such as improv, tongue twisters, park bench.
Don't forget sausage, lighter, minute to it, and...
Okay. Today we are going to perform a short story that many of you have read or heard before. Miss Nelson is missing.
After that, we have a short activity in which we take on the role of a piece of furniture or an item in a certain room that Miss Butterfield chooses.
Enjoy!
He's using all his muscles to open this. Join Kyle.
The kids in room 207 were misbehaving again. Spitballs stuck to the ceiling. Paper planes whipped through the air. They were the worst behaved class in the whole school,
Now settle down.
said Miss Nelson in a sweet voice. But the class would not settle down. They whispered and giggled. They squirmed and made faces. They were even rude during story hour, and they refused to do their lessons,
Something will have to be done.
said Miss Nelson. The next morning, Miss Nelson did not come to school.
Wow!
Yelled the kids.
Now we can really act up.
They began to make more spitballs and paper planes.
Today let's just act terrible.
They said.
Not so fast!
Hissed an unpleasant voice. A woman in an ugly black dress stood before them,
I am your new teacher, Miss Viola Swamp.
and she rapped the desk with her ruler.
Where is Miss Nelson? Where is Miss Nelson? Where is Miss Nelson?
Asked the kids.
Never mind that!
Snapped Miss Swamp.
Open up with your ribbon football.
Miss Nelson's kids did as they were told. They could see that Miss Swamp was a real witch. She meant business. Right away, she put them to work, and she loaded them down with homework.
How? Oh. Sorry. Hour. But keep your mouth shut.
Said Miss Swamp.
Perfectly still.
Said Miss Swamp.
And if you misbehave, you will be sorry.
Said Miss Swamp. The kids in room 207 had never worked too hard. Days went by and there was no sign of Miss Nelson. The kids missed Miss Nelson.
Oh, where is Miss Nelson gone? Oh, where is she been? Oh, maybe we should try to find her.
They said. Some of them went to the police. Detective McSmog was assigned to the case. He listened to their story. He scratched his chin. He said,
I think Miss Nelson is missing.
Detective McSmog would not be much help. Other kids went to Miss Nelson's house. The shades were tightly drawn and no one answered the door. In fact, the only person they did see was the wicked Miss Viola Swamp coming up the street.
If she sees us, she'll give us more homework.
They got away just in time. Maybe something terrible happened to Miss Nelson.
Maybe she was all by
said one of the kids, but that didn't seem likely.
Maybe Miss Nelson went to Mars.
Said another kid, but that didn't seem likely either.
I know.
Exclaimed one know-it-all.
The only mathematical and real reason that Miss Nelson could possibly be absent for all these days is that her car was carried off by some ignorant butterfly.
But that was the least likely of all. The kids in room 207 became very discouraged. It seemed that Miss Nelson was never coming back, and they would be stuck with Miss Viola Swamp forever. They heard footsteps in the hall.
Here comes the witch. Hello, children.
It was a sweet voice. It was...
Miss Nelson. Did you miss me?
She asked.
You certainly did.
Cried all the kids.
Where were you? That bothered you,
Said Miss Nelson.
How about a story hour? Oh, yes!
Cried the kids. Miss Nelson noticed that during story hour, no one was rude or silly.
I have to ask, what about this lovely miracle?
Change. That's our little secret.
Said the kids.
We love Miss Nelson. Yes, we do. We love Miss Nelson and will be true.
Back at home, Miss Nelson took off her coat and hung it in the closet, right next to the ugly black dress. When it was time for bed, she sang a little song.
Ding dong, the wicked witch is dead. Oh yeah, jazz hands.
She said to herself with a little smile. The end.